Thank you, Matt. One of the things that I always enjoy about working with Matt is you put a script together, but it's merely a suggestion. I want to take a few moments to introduce the members of the Brunswick County Literacy Board who are here tonight. These people work for the benefit of the community. They do it lovingly, without compensation, and frankly, they put up with a lot of aggravation from their president to get things done. And they do it in a way that certainly benefits each and every one of us in this community. You've met Matt Ernst. What I do want to say about Matt, though, before I go any further, is Matt is the Energizer Bunny of the Literacy Council. There's never a day when Matt is not actively and sometimes frantically engaged in activities to benefit the council and the people that it serves. And Matt, we all owe you a debt of gratitude for what you do. Thank you very much. And then just running through the list of other board members who are here, is on your program: Doug Meiden, Mary Lou Wong Chong, who is here in the center, Dave Jones. I saw Dave a moment ago. Dave's sitting in our rear. Ron Melvin is away. Mo Stanley, he's standing to the back. John Heidecke was John. Okay. Judy Harper. Judy's over here. Peggy York, who's running the computer board there. Gary Staley. Dr. Bob Kelly couldn't be with us tonight. He's recuperating from an illness. And Patricia Ungerer. Pat, where are you? Sitting back here. These people are the stalwarts of the Literacy Council. Two of our employees, that means 2/3 of our entire employee staff are here. We have Dot Herr, who's the executive director, Dot, and our program coordinator, Monica Stone. I'll be brief in my opening remarks and comments. About a week ago, Matt and I were having breakfast with one of our benefactors, person who has been very generous to the council and to not only financially, but with his time. And he said, as we were having breakfast, he asked, "What is it that you do?" Well, we know he knew what we did. And so we began to talk about our programs for adult basic literacy, for English as a second language, for our programs at the county jail or with the drug court, and the programs that are being developed in health literacy. And he looked at us and he said, "No, what do you do?" And finally, it occurred to us, with a little prompting, we change lives. We change lives. Stop and think for a moment about that parent who cannot read to his or her child, or that job applicant who can't fill out an application, or that person who happens to be leaving the confines of the sheriff's hospitality, who doesn't have an education, who then perhaps learns to read to his or her children, who perhaps can fill out a job application, or who can put on a job application that they hold a GED, eliminating one of the strikes that are against them. Yes, the work of the Literacy Council changes lives. And frankly, each and every one of you here today, and each and every one of the people who, through their generosity, has provided teams, who have provided gifts, who have provided sources of income for the council also change lives. You are as much a part of the council as the tutors who freely and lovingly go out and work with their children, with their students. Sorry, I come from a secondary education background. Who work with their students. We change lives, and for that, there is a benefit not only to those people, but also to all of us in the societal benefits. The ability to say that somebody will have an opportunity to earn gainful employment and support themselves. To know that perhaps a person has an opportunity to secure their livelihood without having to resort to unsocial behaviors. So while we give, we also receive in return. But for all of that, there's a great bit of reward for all of us and for each of you here tonight and for everyone who has helped on this event, that is helping out on all of our other events. I want to say on behalf of all of the members of the Literacy Council Board, thank you all very much. Thank you. And considering now I'm ad-libbing my way through the program, I believe Matt has done introductions and acknowledgments. He's done pronouncers. So I guess I am in a position of introducing the teams and reading the rules. So, now let's not get stressful, because the rules are pretty simple. They're only a page and a half long. But I'll introduce the teams first, because I can only hold one piece of paper at a time. Team Blizzard, Joyce Dunn and Marlene McDonough. Just stand up, wave. Calabash Presbyterian Church, Margie Peterson and Owen Weddle. South Brunswick High School Varsity, Heather Menzel and Greg Bland. The Stateport Pilot, Betty Wallace and Donna Loomis. Very good. Team Felton, Ann Bailey and Anita Stevens. Okay. Are they here? Uh-oh. Well, we'll see what's happening here. Seaside United Methodist Church, Bernice Lewis and Marilyn Schenk. Brunswick Community College, Dr. Sybil Burgess and Bill Remley, who brought an entourage. In the future, we should all bring an entourage. St. Brendan's Catholic Church, Paul Lombardi and Tom Donahue. Now, friends of the library are not here. Bill Chase has moved to another, and we'll introduce Bill in his new role here. St. Peter's Lutheran Church, Pam Collins and Barbara Jones. South Brunswick High School JVs. Pardon? Allison Anderson in place of Charles Patterson and Wayne Price from South Brunswick High School. Shalot Middle School, Jenny Pridgeon and Kelly Hansen. All right. The Southeast Christian Academy, Elena Tart and Francis Thomas. Jessie May Monroe Elementary School, Kathy Milligan and Becky McDowell. North Brunswick High School. Whoop. Change. How about if we introduce ourselves? That's not you. You are? Brad Lewis and Mary Kaler. Okay. West Brunswick High School. Another change? West Brunswick High School, Sue Lennon and Beth Zetmoyer. And Waccamaw School, Zelphia Grissett and Tom and Bill Chase, right. Okay, and now for the rules. Here we go. Okay, each team will have 2 members. The members will decide among themselves who will make the oral response. Pencils and paper may not be used while spelling. However, I've seen people use their writing on their hands, and that's okay. It's not paper or pencil. The order in which the teams spell will be determined by drawing held at the BCLC, so you know your order at this point, I believe. Well, you do. Pardon? Oh, so you will call them? Oh, okay. So you don't know your order. Each time a word is to be spelled, the team will draw a number from one of the 3 containers corresponding to the words on the number sheet. The pronouncer will then find the corresponding word. The pronouncer will pronounce the word, give the definition of the word, give a usage sentence if needed, and pronounce the word a second time. The team will have 20 seconds to collaborate and 15 seconds to spell the given word. And our timekeeper, it will be absolutely, well, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what you're being, dinging. The correct spelling will be based on a version of 2.1.3 of dictionary at Apple Inc. The decision of the judges is final. Teams will be eliminated on their first misspelled words. Now here we get down to the tough part. The 2 remaining teams will be subject, now this is ominous, to the final rule. A team will be presented with a word. If the word is spelled incorrectly, that word will then be presented to the opposing team. If the opposing team spells the word correctly, that team will be presented with a new word to spell. If spelled correctly, that team is declared the winner. If the team misspells the word, this rule is repeated until a winner is declared. The winning team will receive a plaque and will keep the traveling trophy until next year's bee. Enjoy yourself. Orthography appears to be your opponent, but in reality, illiteracy is the concern of all of us. And we truly appreciate your participation and want you to have fun while helping our cause. You really can do well and do good at the same time. Have fun, spell well, and I guess I'll see you at the intermission.
Gene, you can clarify this, but as I understand it, you have 20 seconds to deliberate and then 15 to spell. So at the end of the 20 seconds, I'm going to make a tone, the irritating one, and then at the end of the total 35, you'll hear those tones in succession. Hopefully you will have ceased by then, so it won't be more irritating.
Okay.
That's up to the judges. I don't know. All I do is... That's Gene's call. I'm sorry.
The first team is going to be South Brunswick High School varsity. Now, do we have your names right? Are you Heather Menzel and Greg Bland? Splendid. Now, the high school varsity, what do you do? Talk into the microphone.
What do we do at South?
What does the South Brunswick High School varsity represent?
Well, we have 2 teams, and so...
Right into the microphone.
We have 2 teams, and we're the varsity, and my principal's obviously JV, so he's... That's just a way to separate, so...
Okay. Well, your team's first word is. Oh, they get to choose the word, beg your pardon. Number 86. The word you have chosen is taut. Stretched or pulled tight, not slack. The fabric stays taut without adhesive. Taut.
Taut. T-A-U-T. Taut.
Correct.
Team Felton is still not here. I presume I don't want to ignore them if they're here. Okay. Well, then we'll skip down to, they're here. Team Felton? No. No, okay. Brunswick Community College. Yes, I got that. Brunswick Community College. That would be Dr. Sybil Burgess and Bill Remley.
I want to say that I am not the only person here with a doctorate, but they were so kind to put my doctor here, but there's another doctor here, there's a doctor back there, there's a doctor there, there's a doctor back there, so.
Is anybody sick?
Yeah, so anyway. All right, so there are a bunch of doctors here, right? And my doctorate is not in
84?
English.
84. The number is number 84. And let me find it here.
Bill, you got to come back because you got to spell it.
And the word you have chosen is suffice, meaning to be enough or adequate.
So we gotta
A
confirm.
quick look would suffice to keep that child quiet.
Come back. Keep it
Suffice.
quiet. Okay, now I got to confirm.
Yeah.
Suffice. S-U-F-F-I-C-E. Suffice.
Correct.
Our next spellers are Jessie Mae Monroe Elementary School. Jessie Mae, where are they? Where are they? That'd be Kathy Milligan and Becky McDowell. Okay, and 81 is there. 81 is the number, and the word is simile, a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another of a different kind, used to make a description more emphatic or vivid. For example, he is as brave as a lion is a simile. Simile is your word.
Simile, S-I-M-I-L-E.
Correct.
Southeastern Christian Academy, Elena Tart and Francis Thompson, or Thomas, excuse me. The number is 75. These pages stick together. And your word is quest, a long or arduous search for something. The quest for a reliable vaccine has intensified in the past few months. Quest.
Quest, Q-U-E-S-T, Quest.
Correct.
Next team, West Brunswick High School. Sue Lennon and Beth Zettelmoyer. And then number 74. Your word is preface, an introduction to a book, typically stating its subject, scope, or aims, the introduction or preliminary part of a speech or event. Preface.
Preface, P-R-E-F-A-C-E, preface.
Waccamaw Elementary School. Zelphia Grissett and Bill Chase. It's too late. "88 both ways" is a word that is very familiar in North Carolina. Tobacco. A preparation of the nicotine-rich leaves of an American plant, which are cured by a process of drying and fermentation for smoking or chewing, unless you're in public. Tobacco.
Tobacco, T-O-B-A-C-C-O, tobacco.
Calabash Presbyterian Church. That would be Margie Peterson and Owen Weddle. See how easy this is once you know how it's done? Word number 58. The word is lucent. Glowing with or giving off light. The moon was lucent in the background. Lucent.
Lucent, L-U-C-E-N-T.
Correct.
St. Peter Lutheran Church, the other Lutheran church. Number is 76. Refugee, a person who has been forced to leave the country in order to escape war, persecution, or natural disaster. Tens of thousands of refugees fled their homes in despair. Refugee.
Refugee. R-E-F-U-G-E-E.
Correct.
That was this. This is going. Shalot Middle School. I guess not. And this would be Jenny Pridgeon and Kelly Hansen.
G-I-N-N-Y.
Their number is 52. And their word is hummus. Hummus, a thick paste or spread made from ground chickpeas and sesame seeds, olive oil, lemon, and garlic, made originally in the Middle East. Hummus makes a very good hors d'oeuvre. Hummus.
I'm from Shalot, I don't even know. No, tell me again.
Okay, H-U-M-M-U-S.
Correct.
Team Blizzard. And Team Blizzard is Joyce Dunn and Marlene McDonough. The number is 77. And your word is ritual. a religious or solemn ceremony consisting of a series of actions performed according to a prescribed order. The ancient rituals of Christian worship are still practiced today. Ritual.
Ritual, R-I-T-U-A-L. Next team is the State Port Pilot. Now that was Betty Wallace and Donna Loomis.
Oak Island Senior Citizens.
Okay. The number is 49. And the word is hoarseness, the condition of having a rough or harsh sounding voice, typically as the result of a sore throat or of shouting. Hoarseness.
She said, go man. Hoarseness. H-O-A-R-S-E-N-E-S-S. Hoarseness. Go senior.
North Brunswick High School. Brad Lewis, Mary Kaler.
Yes, ma'am.
The number is 21. Your word is bevy, a large group of people or things of a particular kind. He was surrounded by a bevy of beautiful girls. Bevy. The word is bevy.
We really don't want to be the first people out. So pray. B-E-V-Y.
We don't.
That's correct.
I couldn't either, but Matt is.
Now we've had the high school varsity, now we've got the JVs.
You met my colleagues earlier, Mr. Bland, Mr. Menzel. Mr. Bland, they're social
This should
studies
be,
teachers in charge of bus duty.
Allison Anderson and Charles Patton. Okay, Allison, thank you. Oh, gotcha. Okay, and you're Allison. Okay. Your number is 49.
F-O-U-R.
No, that can't be right. We already have a 49. Would you draw a different number, please?
We already had that. They repeat it.
Right.
That's correct. Okay, we have number 5. The word is affliction, something that causes pain or suffering, a crippling affliction of the nervous system, pain or suffering. Poor people can sometimes have great affliction.
Affliction. A-F-F-L-I-C-T-I-O-N. Affliction.
Seaside United Methodist Church. Bernice Lewis and Marilyn Schenk. And their number is number 47. Your word is gourmet, a connoisseur of good food, a person with a discerning palate. One who is a gourmet is definitely not a gourmand. Gourmet.
Gourmet. Gourmet. Gourmet.
St. Brendan's Roman Catholic Church. Hey, we've seen these guys before. These are our veterans. Not sure we could have this spelling bee without these two gentlemen. They've been doing this for how many years now? 17. Something like that. The number is 46. I got it. Okay. And your word is faucet, a device by which a flow of liquid or gas from a pipe or container can be controlled. A tap. You can get clean water from our faucet.
Faucet, F-A-U-C-E-T, faucet.
And we're back to South Brunswick High School varsity. No? I heard somebody say no. Their number is 59. Lyric. An adjective expressing the writer's emotions, usually briefly and in stanzas or recognized forms, or writing in this manner. Lyric.
Lyric. L-Y-R-I-C. Lyric.
Brunswick Community College. Sybil Burgess and Bill Remel.
Remley.
Remley? Remley. Remley. 17.
Sybil Burgess and Bill Remley.
17. Your word is axiom. It's a noun, a statement or proposition that is regarded as being established, accepted, or self-evidently true. The axiom is that supply equals demand. Axiom. Doesn't make any sense at all.
Axiom. A-X-I-O-M. Axiom.
Jessie May Monroe Elementary School. Their number is number 70. Oops. That's what I just did. Pathetic. Arousing pity, especially through vulnerability or sadness. She looked so pathetic that I bent down to comfort her. Pathetic.
Pathetic. P-A-T-H-E-T-I-C.
Southeast Christian Academy. $28. Your word is cascade, A small waterfall, typically one of several that fall in stages down a steep, rocky slope. Or a mass of something that falls or hangs in copious or luxurious quantities. A cascade of pink bougainvillea. Cascade.
Cascade. C-A-S-C-A-D-E. Cascade.
West Brunswick High School. Number 20. Beagle, a small, sturdy hound of a breed with a coat of medium length, bred especially for hunting. There is a cute little beagle who lives down the street from me. Beagle.
Beagle. B-E-A-G-L-E. Beagle.
West Brunswick High School. No? Oh, we haven't got any West Brunswick High School?
Yeah, no, they just did it.
Well, that was West Brunswick. I thought it was the first one. So we're now at Waccamaw School.
Waccamaw Elementary.
Miss Grissett, aren't you the principal of Waccamaw School? No?
I never was.
Darn.
Well, anyway, your word is badgers.
Your number.
Oh, I'm sorry, 18. Number 18, badgers. A heavily built, omnivorous, nocturnal mammal of the weasel family, typically having a gray and black coat. Or to ask someone repeatedly and annoyingly for something. To pester. The word is badgers.
Badgers?
You can have it either way. Badger or badgers.
Badger. B-A-D-G-E-R.
Correct. I didn't hear that before.
Calabash Presbyterian Church.
That's true. Good catch.
The number is 71. Penguin, a large, flightless seabird of the southern hemisphere with black upper parts and white underparts and wings developed into flippers for swimming underwater. The emperor penguin is a magnificent creature. Penguin.
Penguin. P-E-N-G-U-I-N. Penguin.
State Port, nope. Where are we? St. Peter's Lutheran Church. St. Peter's Lutheran Church. St. Peter's Lutheran. Pam and Barbara. $67. Your word is Olympiad, a celebration of the ancient or modern Olympic Games, or a period of 4 years between Olympic Games, used by the ancient Greeks in dating events. Olympiad.
Olympiad. O-L-Y-M-P-I-A-D. Olympiad.
Shallotte Middle School. Number 43. Eerie, strange and frightening. There was an eerie green glow in the sky on Halloween night. Eerie.
Erie. E-E-R-I-E. Erie.
Team Blizzard. Joyce and Marlene, right? Number 62. Your word is mosquito. A slender, long-legged fly with aquatic larvae. The bite of the blood-sucking female can transmit a number of serious diseases, including malaria and encephalitis. Mosquito.
Mosquito, M-O-S-Q-U-I-T-O.
The state port pilot. We haven't gotten that written down here yet. Number 57. Leopard, a large solitary cat that has a yellowish brown or brown coat with black spots and usually hunts at night, widespread in the forests of Africa and southern Asia. Leopard.
Leopard, L-E-O-P-A-R-D, leopard.
North Brunswick High School. That's Brad and Mary. What's Brad's last name? Number 68. The word is opacity. Opacity. The condition of lacking transparency or translucence. Opaqueness. Thinner paints need black added to increase opacity.
Somebody had leopard. O-P-A-C-I-T-Y.
North Brunswick High School, where, South Brunswick, excuse me. She pointed the wrong one. South Brunswick High School JVs. Number 69. And the word is paprika, a powdered spice with a deep orange-red color and a mildly pungent flavor made from the dried and ground fruits of certain varieties of sweet pepper. I love to sprinkle paprika over some food. Paprika.
Paprika, P-A-P-R-I-K-A.
Seaside United Methodist. Bernice and Marilyn, right? Okay. Number 42. Your word is dismal. depressing, dreary. The dismal weather made the late afternoon seem like evening. Dismal.
Dismal, D-I-S-M-A-L, dismal.
St. Brendan Roman Catholic Church. Otherwise known as Paul and Tom, and the number is 22. Biscuit. A small, typically round cake of bread leavened with baking powder, baking soda, or sometimes yeast. If my husband doesn't get a biscuit with his breakfast, he is very angry. Biscuit.
Biscuit. B-I-S-Q-U-I-T. Biscuit.
You ain't kidding.
Okay. $153. Sciatic. An adjective. Of or relating to the hip. Of or affecting the sciatic nerve. I have a problem with my sciatic nerve every time I play golf. Sciatic.
Sciatic. S-C-I-A-T-I-C.
Brunswick Community College.
They act like there's spiders in it.
The number is 144.
Just in case this is the last time we see you guys, we appreciate everybody coming.
Opulence. Great wealth or luxuriousness. The rooms were of spectacular opulence. Opulence.
Opulence. O-P-P-U-L-E-N-C-E.
That's incorrect.
We really felt like it was going too slowly, you know.
The correct oh. Thank you, Karen. The correct spelling is O-P-U-L-E-N-C-E, 1P. And the correct spelling for biscuit was with a C and not a Q. The number, Teddy, give the number.
The number is 102. Your word is avionics. It's a plural noun. Means electronics as applied to aviation. Electronic equipment fitted in an aircraft. A blend of aviation and electronics. Avionics.
Avionics. A-V-I-O-N-I-C-S.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is that Jesse? Did they just do Jesse May? Okay, what's that up? Okay. Southeastern Christian Academy. Number 162. Huh. Oh, no, it has nothing to do with the, no, it's not a degree of difficulty, it's my ethnic background. Vermicelli. A pasta made in long, slender threads. Vermicelli.
Vermicelli. Vermicelli. Vermicelli.
That's incorrect.
The pronunciation was correct in the secondary pronunciation, but the spelling was wrong. It's Vermicelli. You have to be Italian.
West Brunswick High School with Sue Lennon and Beth Zettelmeyer. Are you two ladies teachers? Not going to admit it anyway. Your number is 158. And the word is terrarium. A vivarium for smaller land animals, especially reptiles, amphibians, or terrestrial invertebrates. Typically in the form of a glass-fronted case. Terrarium.
Terrarium. T.
Okay. Can I start my word over? Okay.
T-A-R-A-R-I-U-M.
It's incorrect.
Terrarium is spelled Terrarium.
I'm just going to punch the buttons. Y'all have to make a decision on what to call
Waccamaw Elementary School. Number 155. Oops. I'm sorry, these papers stuck. Your word is surveillance. Close observation, especially of a suspected spy or criminal. He found himself put under surveillance by the military intelligence. Surveillance.
See if I can remember all that. Surveillance. S-U-R-V-E-I-L-L-A-N-C-E.
Correct.
Calabash Presbyterian Church. Margie and Owen. And your number is 160. And your word is Toupee, a small wig or artificial hairpiece worn to cover a bald spot. Toupee.
Toupee. T-O-U-P-E. Toupee.
That's incorrect.
The correct spelling is T-O-U-P-E-E.
St. Peter's Lutheran Church. Number 159. Tonsillectomy. A surgical operation to remove the tonsils. Her tonsillectomy was successful. Tonsillectomy.
Tonsillectomy. T-O-N-C-I-L-L-E-C-T-O-M-Y.
That's incorrect.
Oh. Well, my throat was hurting.
The correct spelling is T-O-N-S-I-L-L-E-C-T-O-M-Y. Close.
So much easier when it's in front of us. Who's up next? Shalot Middle School is next. The number is 130. We've lost our sound again. The word is italicize. To print in italics, she italicized the title. Use this key on your computer to italicize. Italicize.
Italicize. I-T-A-L-I-C-I-Z-E.
Team Blizzard. No, Team Blizzard. It's right up there. The number is 101. And the word is armoire. A wardrobe or movable cabinet, typically one that is ornate or antique. My brother-in-law had a large armoire which we lusted after. Armoire.
Armoire, A-R-M-O-I-R-E.
Correct.
The state port pilot. The geriatric state port pilot. Betty and Donna.
The number is 156.
Your word is tambourine, a percussion instrument resembling a shallow drum with small metal discs in slots around the edge, played by being shaken or hit with the hand. Tambourine.
In the 70s, you know that word, tambourine, T-A-M-B-O-U-R-I-N-E. Tambourine man.
Correct.
North Brunswick High School. The number is 94. And the word is accommodate. To provide lodging or sufficient space. The cabins can accommodate up to 6 people. Accommodate.
ACCOMADATE.
It's incorrect.
That's right. I'll accommodate you with the correct spelling. ACCOMMODATE. Accommodate.
South Brunswick High School JV. Allison and Charles. Wayne. Oh, Wayne. Your number is 92, and your word is abracadabra. A word said by magicians when performing a magic trick, or the implausibly easy achievement of difficult feats. A computer and a little abracadabra turn a freeze-dried steak into a romantic dinner. What it says.
Abracadabra, ABBRACODABRA.
That's incorrect.
No magic there. The correct spelling for abracadabra is ABRACADABRA.
Seaside United Methodist Church. The number is 157. And the word is tapir, a nocturnal hoofed mammal with a stout body, sturdy limbs, and a short, flexible proboscis. Native to the forests of tropical America and Malaysia. Tapir.
Tabor. Tauber.
That's incorrect.
It's T-A-P-I-R, taper.
The South Brunswick High School varsity is up. Are you the JVs or the varsity? Varsity, right. Your number is 161, and your word is trachea. A large membranous tube reinforced by rings of cartilage extending from the larynx to the bronchial tubes and conveying air to and from the lungs, the windpipe, the trachea.
Trachea, T-R-A-C-H-E-A.
Correct.
Jessie May Monroe. It's Jessie May Monroe Elementary. The number is 151. And your word is psalmody, the singing of psalms or similar sacred canticles, especially in public worship, or psalms arranged for singing. These books in church offer a useful collection of psalmody. Psalmody.
Psalmody. P-S-A-L-M-I-T-Y.
That's incorrect.
The correct spelling is P-S-A-L-M-O-D-Y.
Waccamaw School is up. Waccamaw School is Zelphia Grissett and Bill Chase. The number is 119. Your word is equilibrist. It's a noun, and it's chiefly archaic. An equilibrist is an acrobat who performs balancing feats, especially a tightrope walker. Equilibrist.
Equilibrist. E-Q-U-I-L-I-B-R-I-S-T. Equilibrist.
Correct.
Calabash Presbyterian Church. Yes? No? Shallotte Middle School. I'm reading off. Is that okay? Yes, I think I crossed it. No, it's Shallotte Middle. They're off too. Yes. Number 95. Your word is adjacent, next to or adjoining something else. The area adjacent to the fire station always heard all the noise. Area, excuse me, adjacent.
Adjacent. ADJACENT.
I don't know. Team Blizzard. Team Blizzard.
Yeah, I see that. This is Team Blizzard, and that's Marlene and Joyce. And your number is 145. And your word is pachyderm, a very large mammal with thick skin, especially an elephant, a rhinoceros, or a hippopotamus. Pachyderm.
No, I don't want to be the one to get it wrong.
Pachyderm.
That's correct.
The seniors from the State Port Pilot.
I got the last.
The number is 149. And your word is pertinacious, holding firmly to an opinion or a course of action. He worked with a pertinacious resistance to interruptions. Pertinacious.
All right, she's trusting me. Pertinacious, Pertinacious.
Yes.
Pertinacious.
Correct.
Yes!
Okay, I'm going to trust Peggy York, and it's South Brunswick High School varsity. Peggy's always right. Number 103. Okay. 103. This is a cousin to the pachyderm, baboon. A large, old-world, ground-dwelling monkey with a long, dog-like snout, large teeth, and naked callosities on the buttocks. Do not ask me. I will not. Baboons are social animals and live in troops. Baboon.
Thank God it's not callosities.
Baboon, B-A-B-O-O-N.
Yes. Correct.
Waccamaw School. The number is 116. And the word is entourage, a group of people attending or surrounding an important person. The actor had an entourage of bodyguards. Entourage.
Entourage, E-N-T-O-U-R-A-G-E.
Correct.
Charlotte Middle School. The number is 97. And the word is affectation. Behavior, speech, or writing that is artificial and designed to impress. She called her room her boudoir, which he thought an affectation. Affectation.
Affectation. Don't you dare. AFFECTATION.
Correct.
Next up is Team Blizzard, Joyce and Barlene. The number is 111. And the word is debris, scattered fragments, typically of something wrecked or destroyed. The bomb hit it, showering debris from all sides. Debris.
Debris, DEBRIS.
Correct.
The senior citizens of the State Port Pilot.
All right, a word with no more than 2 syllables, okay?
Number 118. Enzyme, a substance produced by a living organism that acts as a catalyst to bring about a specific biochemical reaction. Enzyme.
Enzyme, ENZYME.
And once again, the varsity is up. Number 147. Your word is patella, the kneecap, from the Latin, a diminutive of patina, shallow dish. Patella.
PATELLA.
Correct.
Waccamaw Elementary School. Number 127. Idiosyncrasy, a mode of behavior or a way of thought peculiar to an individual. An idiosyncrasy of his was always preferring to be in the car first. Idiosyncrasy.
Idiosyncrasy. IDIOSYNCRASY.
Correct.
Where is it? Okay, Charlotte Middle School. And 115 is your number. And your word is ductility. The ability to be deformed without losing toughness. Pliability, not brittle. Some kinds of plastic have a ductility. Ductility.
Ductility, D-U-C-T-I-L-I-T-Y.
That's correct.
And you thought it was going to be quack, quack. Team Blizzard. Number 148. This is something all these teams are showing. Perseverance. Steadfastness in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. His perseverance with the technique illustrates his single-mindedness. Perseverance.
Perseverance, P-E-R-S-E-V-E-R-A-N-C-E.
That's correct.
State Port Pilot. The young ladies from the State Port Pilot.
We want a synonym of debris, not perseverance.
Number is 110. And the word is croquet, a game played on a lawn in which colored wooden balls are driven through a series of wickets by means of mallets. Croquet.
She said go with the first impulse. Croquet, C-R-O-C-Q-U-E-T.
That's incorrect.
Oh, no C.
No C.
Oh.
They quickly saw there was no C. Okay. The next team is Peggy, the South Brunswick High School JVs. Well, it's okay. There you go. Thank you, Peg. Number 135. And your word is lieutenant, a deputy or a substitute acting for a superior. He accepted his top lieutenant's resignation with deep regret. Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, L-I-E-U-T-E-N-A-N-T-E. A-N-T.
That's incorrect on his first spelling.
It would have been even worse if I had done it with the English pronunciation of lieutenant. He knows, I think, but it's L-I-E-U-T-E-N-A-N-T, no E at the end. Waccamaw Elementary.
I had it.
Number is 146. And the word is parfait, a dessert consisting of layers of ice cream, fruit, etc., served in a tall glass. Parfait.
Parfait, P-A-R-F-A-I-T. Parfait. Parfait.
That's correct.
Shallotte Middle School. The number is 124. And the word is harangue, a lengthy and aggressive speech when it's used as a noun. As a verb, it's to lecture someone at length in an aggressive and critical manner. He's the kind of guy who harangued total strangers about PCB levels in whitefish. This is not my sentence. Harangue.
Harrangue.
That's incorrect.
Unfortunately, there is only one R in harangue. It's Team Blizzard.
It's Team Blizzard, Joyce and Marlene. No, we've got 3 teams still. We should have South Brunswick, we should have Waccamaw School, and we should have Team Blizzard. Which one's out?
Varsity is out.
Varsity is out. Okay, so we're down to 2 teams.
So we want both of the teams up to the microphone.
And I guess we're going with Team Blizzard first. Team Blizzard, your word is amphora. Number 99, amphora, a tall, ancient Greek or Roman jar with 2 handles and a narrow neck. There are magnificent amphora at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Amphora.
Amphora, A-M-P-H-O-R-A.
That's correct.
Waccamaw School? Yeah. The number is 106. And the word is bouillon, a broth made by stewing meat, fish, or vegetables in water. The bouillon served this evening was delicious because it didn't come out of a can. Bouillon.
Bouillon, B-O-U-I-L-L-I-O-N.
That's incorrect.
The other team gets a chance to spell the same word, bouillon.
Can we have the sentence again, please? Can you read
Yeah.
the sentence again, please?
The bouillon that we had for dinner this evening was delicious because it didn't come out of a can. And I remembered that sentence that I made up.
Bouillon, B-O-U-L-L-I-O-N.
That's incorrect.
Okay, now I forgot what we're doing. Yeah, I forgot what happens next, too. Let me see. 2 final words. Final word misspelled. The opposite team, yeah, the team gets a new word. No? Am I allowed to give the correct spelling? Last year was on TV, then I did it, and I did it wrong. It's B-O-U-I-L-L-O-N.
Number 134. The word is legible. It's an adjective. Clear enough to read. The original typescript is scarcely legible. Legible.
Legible, L-E-G-I-B-L-E.
That's correct.
And the number is 142. The word monotonous, being obsessively enthusiastic, excuse me, got the wrong word here. It is monotonous, dull, tedious, and repetitious, lacking in variety and interest. The statistics that were quoted with monotonous regularity. Monotonous.
Monotonous. M-O-T-O-N-O-U-S.
That's incorrect.
Oh, no!
No.
Monotonous. M-O-N-O-T-O-N-O-U-S.
That's correct.
No. Oh, they got to smell them.
They gotta do one more.
Look, you have to pick another word. What? Then we stay here for 4 weeks.
The number is 154. And the word is sluice, a sliding gate or other device for controlling the flow of water, especially one in a locked gate. Dams often have a sluice.
S-L-U-I-C-E.
That's correct.